Did you know that accuracy isn't real? It's a myth, a total fabrication. We created it. In fact, it wasn't until Call of Duty 4 that this mass delusion started to spread. And because of Treyarch's multiplayer folly, people have spent years gaslighting themselves. Believe it or not, there are gamers out there who actually believe flick aiming is a real skill and not something created by changing your DPI settings and plugging your controller in for aim assist. And because accuracy isn't real, the stat locker report that says I'm the worst player in the game for aiming doesn't count. Not that it matters, because today we're going to learn how to play Calico, and she can't hit anything. Nope, nothing. Not a gosh darn thing. But that shouldn't stop you, however. Much like how God slipped all that Tylenol into my mom's nightcaps while she was pregnant with me to keep me from being both attractive and socially adept, Valve had to kneecap Calico, as making her a powerful burst hero and accurate would simply be too much for people to handle. And all the meta sheep would flock over to her from Vindicta and steal what little joy I still have left with this game.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
Though, meta reasons notwithstanding, I'm not sure why she isn't played solely for the aesthetic reasons. I mean, she's an independently wealthy woman who lives alone with her dozen cats and only shows up when she needs to make another million. She's like a Black Enya. Unfortunately, as she has a skill cap higher than Mash Q, they can't parry everything, or trust me bro, farming jungle camps for 20 minutes will win us the game, she doesn't get the love she deserves, and I'm here to fix that. Though, as is tradition with me however, before you can play Calico, you need to become the Calico. You must turn yourself into the ultimate hunter. And who's the greatest hunter in all of media? That's right, the Predator. Unfortunately, becoming the Predator isn't going to be enough, as Calico folds faster than my moral compass when Lockheed Martin offered me a job. You're gonna need to maintain the element of surprise when you strike. And you know who nobody ever expects is gonna come for them? Children.
Hello.
So, combine the hunter's prowess of the Predator with the unthreatening nature of a child, and you know what you become? That's right, you need to become the child Predator. Huh? Alright. Actually, for reasons that are obvious to me now, my lawyer has advised me not to continue with this joke. So instead, we're going to discuss Calico's playstyle and hope Chris Hansen is too busy with his Roblox investigation to notice me. Now, if you're playing Calico, you gotta understand one word: aggression. As the ultimate high-risk, high-reward gameplay character, she excels at dashing in, doing a ton of damage, and getting out while her cooldowns reset. And in the laning phase, you need to control the tempo. Use your gloom bombs to clear the banner troops, then immediately follow up with a leaping slash to keep pressure on your enemies. You're running with no range or accuracy, so your burst and pure spite are what's keeping you going. Every trade should cost your opponents everything, and you nothing. And to do that, you need to pour your first 2 upgrades into leaping slash. Yeah. I'm well aware most builds run gloom bombs with the 3-second cooldown first, but that's not me. I do not use gloom bombs for that early lane harass. I do not rely on far range poke with a hero that has a point blank shotgun, and I do not play the coward's footsie low damage war of attrition. I burst. I put every point of HP I have into every single trade, and if I don't win the exchanges, I blame my lane partner, and I do it again. Actually, speaking of your lane partner, and by extension the rest of your team, I want you to take a good long look at every single one of your allies. You see those clowns? Don't learn their names, they don't matter. They are faceless fodder that only exist to fuel your obsession. In fact, encourage your tank to engage unwinnable teamfights whenever you can. Assure your jungler that you're going to be there to help them at any moment so they stall out the enemy for you. You're not going to save them. Your goals are much greater than they could ever imagine. Instead, you're here to nuke the squishies, and specifically that Page in the backline. But now the question, how do we kill Page? And you know, Vindicta, whenever possible. Do we use bullets? Nope. As it turns out, Calico is a classy lady. Not so classy that she doesn't beat people to death with her bare hands, but new vogue aristocratic enough that she can afford a cat that she has to put copper tone on? Lardo, what do you mean you have to put sunscreen on Sphinx cats or they get skin cancer? Truth be told, the kit is actually pretty simple. Cold front, purple and green fists, and sprint boots. You get the Cold Front to engage your combo, which you'll eventually upgrade to Arctic Blast, and truth be told, it's all pretty standard stuff, and if you go to Stat Locker, or even just the build queue in game, they're going to be about 80% the same, with some people wanting cooldown reduction versus Scourge. At one point, I did try Calico for a bit where I was giving her like 40 bullets with Mercurial Magnum and Kinetic Dash, but after about 10 losses, I realized that Valve giving her a marshmallow thrower on her wrist was a sign I should have paid attention to like 3 miles back. But hey, enough about meta builds. I'm not here to teach you how to click on some Eternus is buy guide. I'm here to teach you how to kill the enemy's Vindicta. If the enemy has a Vindicta, and honestly this whole thing works for Grey Talon, Mina, and anyone else who thinks the sky is their ally, you must forgo every other build and immediately rush Knockdown, Curse, and Phantom Strike. At this point, winning is no longer the objective. Instead, we are simply trying to make their lives as miserable as possible because their simple existence makes me miserable. Disrespect Vindicta, roundhouse kick Vindicta, slam dunk Vindicta into a dumpster. I don't care what you do, just make them suffer. Though, truth be told, you're probably not going to win the match once you dedicate yourself to this, but you'll be able to sleep at night knowing you tilted somebody who picked Vindicta. Actually, before I end this guide, I want to highlight Calico's secret weapon. Now, not Ethereal Shift, I'm talking about Kitty Mode. And before you even consider sleeping on it, realize it's like the Swiss Army knife of feline shenanigans. You can use it to engage in fights, you can use it to run away from fights. Hell, you can even use it to follow your Lady Geist around and remind her that the moment anyone on their team gets smart enough to buy a Healbane, she's going right back to the nursing home. I don't care how you use it, just use it. Literally, every chance you get. It gets you off the minimap, makes you faster than the zipline, and it makes your hitbox small enough to dodge the Vindicta ult. Actually, real talk guys, I'm kind of done with this character.
Philistine.
I only picked her up because my lane partner stole Lady Geist from me and was like, "Oh hey chap, you might like this Calico lass a whole lot more." And he kind of just gave her to me in the same way you hand your friend the Mad Catz controller when he comes over to play Smash Brothers. And after 100 or so games, all I've learned is that I kind of hate Calico. So go ahead and use her, or don't. I don't actually care what you do, as I'm going to take some baby Tylenol now and go climb the ladder with Kelvin hunting for Eternus. So I'll see you next week when I hyper-focus on Paige or something, but we're done with Calico.
Oh yeah?
Side note, if you enjoyed this video, you want to hang out and just play some casual games, I'm always good to play Deadlock with people. The link to my Discord is in the video description. Just check it out. I'll see you guys later. Hey guys, so I'm actually so mad I didn't get this on recording, but I was playing just a normal match like a month ago, and as I was working on this video, and I ran into this guy who got like really offended that he was playing with me. And so the guy like immediately went for my intellect, and he did something. He's like, "Hey, I'm a PhD major in AI technologies. What are you doing, smart guy?" And like, come on, like when you're saying that, really? So I look at this guy and I'm like, well, sir, I'm a Walmart bagger here in Mississippi. In fact, I just got promoted to lead bagger, but I'm in my 60s and the arthritis makes my fingers not work as good as they used to. So I have a hard time opening the plastic bags, and sometimes I have to lick the bags to open them. But the other customers can see that I'm licking their bags, and to so set them at ease, I make sure I maintain eye contact so they know I don't enjoy doing this, that this is my job. I'm severely worried about the sheer amount of microplastics I ingest, but I take pride as a Walmart worker. Anyway, the guy actually blocked me after that, but yeah, whatever, man, just have fun. All right, catch you guys later.